Shalom. Peace to our allies. I just, for those of you who are unaware, I want you to become aware that we are behind enemy lines. We are behind enemy lines. You need to know that. Whether you're trying to just put your head down and ease by, ignore what's going on, ignore what's happening to our people, we are behind enemy lines. All right, this is the Most High's name. Let me see. Let me scroll down a little bit. The Most High's name. Why ain't it in this Bible? Why ain't the Most High name in this Bible? Pictograph Hebrew, Paleo, and Modern. This here's Aramaic letters. Why isn't the Most High name in this Bible? Check out these. Right here is Yah. And this is abbreviation of my name, Yah's. You see the Z at the end? In case y'all wondering what I have. And this is Yahudah, Judah. And this is Yahusha, the Messiah. You see the Yah? You see the Most High's name? Now, why don't people know? Why don't they know his name? If these people was doing the Most High's will, then people should know his name worldwide. Other religions know they know their God's name. Right? Yahuwah. Some pronounce it Yahweh, some pronounce it Yahweh. But it's still going to be spelled the same. All right. I want y'all to realize we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Think about why we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. We was rebellious. We wouldn't proclaim the Most High's Basara, our message, to the nations. So he allowed us to be taken into captivity. At the same time, this Antichrist have dominated and taken over the whole four corners of the earth, right? Satan has perpetrated lies all over the earth. And guess what? Since we are scattered to the four corners of the earth, our job is to tear these lies down wherever they are. That's our job. Now, let me show you that we are behind enemy line. Let me show you. All right. Some of you must know history so it'll help you spiritually. You must know who you are naturally. I just want y'all to see this system that we're in. How is it that almost all positions of power, there's white people? Think about it. Just think about that. You go to a job, you've been at a job for years, you're qualified, you can't get that position. Think about it. Why? Okay. Now, when you go to the school, who's teaching our children? Mostly white females who are notorious for screaming rape and killing black babies. See, you don't know your history, so you don't think twice about sending. We don't think twice about sending our children off to the enemies to be taught. Why would the enemies teach our children to be competition to their children? Why would the enemies teach our children to be competition to their children? Think about that while you got mostly white teachers. Now, before integration, we had a bunch of black teachers. They phased out all the black teachers. And think about this. I don't know anything about being white. So how can I teach a white person to be white? How can I teach them what's best for them? Their living experience is different than ours, right? But think about it. But our children are surrounded by people who has ill will. And think about our children being sent to these special ed classes, putting on these medications. I see it as what it is. I'm going to call it like it is. They are eliminating the competition. That's why we are targeted for prison. Our brothers and sisters are being locked up decades, 10, 20, 30 years for non-violent offenses. Now, they child don't have to compete for a job. They don't have to compete for a job because you in jail. Now, I said earlier, think about it. All positions of power. You got white people at the top. Now, I'm going to keep it in context with the scripture. Shalom. I'm not saying do anything outside the Bible. I'm just telling you to live in the truth and act accordingly. If you know people are trying to kill you, you're gonna make moves to preserve your life, right? Okay. All right. Let me see. I wrote down a few things. Okay. White politicians. This is not just a white country. All white juries. Have you ever heard of an all black jury? Now, I've seen all white juries in town where you got plenty of black people around. And what happens in all white juries? We get sent off to prison for decades to provide slave labor for these prisons that's on the stock market. Private prisons on the stock market got to have prisoners in them. They can sue the states for empty beds. I've read the contracts. Some of these contracts are for 20 years. So they're making laws 20 years on somebody being incarcerated. But they supposed to be rehabilitating people, right? Wrong. Now, okay, we're in prison, so we're not competing for jobs. At the same time, they bringing immigrants over here. You got unemployment, and then you're bringing people in, and you don't have enough jobs. So who you think that's gonna hurt the most? Think about it. Okay, you got unemployment. You don't have enough jobs for everybody. You're bringing people in. So who you think that's gonna help? They're gonna help fuel their prison, right? Because we're not gonna be able to get these jobs because now they got other people that they can put in those spots. Just think about now, you got a whole bunch of black people that got degrees that can't get those jobs at places like Google, Facebook, now because now they done changed where you don't have to have a degree to work those jobs. That's what's happening. Let me see what else I got. Let me see. All right. All right, yeah. Now I want you to think about this when you're out here. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you're afraid, you need to get right with the Most High. Because you're going to die. One way or we going to die. So you might as well get your soul together, quit playing around, get married or whatever you got to do. But you're going to die. Think about this. You got racist doctors. Think about this when you're on the operating table. Racist doctors. Now think about how Martin Luther King really died. Doctor choked him out. Huh? All right. Who's to say they won't inject you with some disease? It's a historical fact. They experimented on us. Okay, you got racist police, racist judges. Okay, firefighters. I had a cousin. I was living in a house. I just got my little time. I was in prison. House I was staying in got burnt down. My cousin, we had scanners. The police told the fire department to let the house burn down. Think about it. All right. I don't went on enough about that. Hold on. I'm going to go over some more stuff. I put it down. All right. This is some of the stuff that what we're going through is institutionalized racism. In order for there to be institutionalized racism, that means the government is involved. Where the reparations at? No one has went through more, suffered longer than us. But yet, in the 1990s, they cut reparation checks for the Japanese. They cut them for let me see who else. I'm going to stick to the United States. The Ottawas of Michigan, Chippewas, Seminoles. The original Seminoles were black people. Seminole means runaway slave. For those of you who don't know, Seminole means runaway slave. Look it up. But anyway, what I'm getting at, they ain't cutting no money for black folks. All these people, even these Native Americans now are whited out. But then, let me go over this. Black slavery, black codes. They could lock, just like I'm standing here. Black codes, and They can lock me up for just standing here. Like they're going to give me a job. They just let me go free. Slavery. That was a law. Mass incarceration started right after slavery. The Ku Klux Klan been around since 1865. Still around. Jim Crow. Redlining. Controlling where you live. Now think about this. Now this here is deep. You funnel a bunch of black people into the projects. Think about it. The food is different, and you can poison them with this, put lead and with all kind of stuff in the water. You're putting them in one area, and you're trying to kill them off. All right, let me continue. War on drugs. I went over that several times. Mass incarceration, and 3 strikes law. I just want y'all to realize we're at war. It don't matter if you participate or not. We are at war. Wake up, realize where you at. I'm not saying do anything foolish. But I am saying don't let nobody kill you. Protect our children. Teach our children what's really going on. I learned late, and I suffered long. And it might be a good thing I learned late. Well, anyway, spread the word, educate our people. It is not the enemy's job to teach our children. It is our job. So, teach our kids. Teach them. And another thing, I'm going to go over this. We can't even get taught in the church house. You go to church, they teach you about a Europeanized Jesus. That's what you're learning. You're learning to praise and worship white people. Don't nobody read the Bible for themselves. We should read the Bible for ourselves. Think about it. They got that name. They got that name by translating they translated through 4 European languages. That's how they got the name Jesus. That's a fact. That name didn't exist 500 years ago. That's a fact. And don't get mad at me. It's the truth. That's a fact. I tell you what, $1,000 if you can prove to me that the Messiah's name was Jesus when he walked this earth. I bet you can't get that money. Get mad at that. So what are you going to do? You going to live these lies that the Bible is warning us not to live? Or you going to wake up and start reading the Bible for yourself and conform to the truth? We got to proclaim the truth. Judah, Yahudah means Yah's worshipers and praisers. He ain't going to get no worshipers and praisers. Don't nobody know who he is. The Most High ain't going to get praise that don't nobody know his name. That don't nobody know to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. The Most High ain't going to get no praise if we sit back and let Satan run these lies everywhere. So we might as well make good use of this captivity being scattered to the 4 corners of the earth and start spreading some truth out here. And stop worrying about being dead. You need to fear the Most High. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of Yahuwah. Read Proverbs. You want to be wise, then start fearing the Most High. If you ain't scared to do wrong, then something is wrong with you. I'm not putting you down, but you ain't wise. I'm becoming less and less afraid of these people out here. I fear the Most High. I see I'm beginning to learn how he operates. He don't have to send Satan. He don't have to allow Satan to do anything. He sent his own. Read the Bible. He sent his own angels to kill people. Read Revelation. The Messiah, who they got this old homosexual Europeanized Messiah. Everybody think that he love everybody, but you ain't gonna find that verse in the Bible. He gonna have his garment dipped in blood. He gonna feed people to the birds of the air, to the crows, to the buzzards. But they teaching you about this so-called weak, effeminized Messiah with this European look that love everybody that ain't in the Bible. He coming back for what they are doing to us, what they're doing to his name, what they're doing to his followers of his word. That's why, think about it. That's what the Battle of Armageddon is about. Selling debt. And these people that's enslaving us and oppressing us, read Revelation, read Isaiah, they are going into captivity. Read it. If you read Isaiah, when did the nation of Israel take take those who had them in the captivity, in this captivity. That didn't happen yet. Read Revelation where it said those who lead into captivity, you're leading our people into prison. You're leading them off in the section of the project where you can poison them off. You're leading our people into captivity by miseducating them. You lead them into captivity by preaching this false, bastardized gospel. And Revelation says, he who leads into captivity, they going into captivity. So, who that is? Who running the earth? Who leading people into captivity? Who killing everybody? Who destroying the earth? Who destroying the animals? I just want y'all to wake up. All right? We're going to make it. We're going to make it. Even if I get shot down right now, we're going to make it. All right? Stop being afraid. Fear the Most High. That's what you do. Fear the Most High. All right? Shalom.